We also have a better idea on possible federal charges that could be coming in the DeBrodie case.
We already broke the story on yesterday's criminal cases for two people associated with the Second Chance Group homes in Fulton.
But as ABC 17's Joe McLean discovered, it's the charges not filed that could carry even harsher punishments.
Callaway County Prosecutor Chris Wilson said yesterday that his office is working hard to avoid interfering with the federal investigation into the death of Carl DeBrodie. In his press release, he specifically mentioned healthcare fraud as one of the possible charges to be brought by the Department of Justice. Now, the U.S. Criminal Code defines healthcare fraud as, quote, any scheme to deprive another of the intangible right to honest services. Now, in the DeBrodie investigation, ABC 17 News has reported on allegations of false reports, mistreatment of clients, and criminal negligence on multiple levels of the Department of Mental Health. If prosecutors are able to prove that any of DeBrodie's contracted caretakers committed health care fraud, the punishment for that is up to 10 years in prison. If serious injury occurs as a result of the fraud, that goes up to 20 years. And if death occurs as a result, the defendant could face life in prison. Federal prosecutors could also be looking into civil rights violations. In the wrongful death civil lawsuit that ABC 17 News first brought you last week, 17 different defendants or entities were alleged to have violated DeBrodie's constitutional rights, contributing to his death. If a similar allegation is proven in a criminal case where there's a much heavier burden of proof, the guilty person could face life in prison or even the death penalty under federal law.
Joe, thank you. You can find the links to all the documents Joe mentioned at abc17news.com.